Hello, friends, and welcome. We are back and possibly better than ever. I'm a little bit rushed because it's currently starting to rain, but today we're going to talk about my new, to me at least, 2020 Suzuki SV650 and why I bought it. So, if we get rained out on this, it is what it is. We're going to try to get this done in just a couple minutes. Hopefully my camera stays on because it keeps cutting off. Like, it doesn't have battery and it's not charged, but it is most definitely charged. Anyway, that's besides the point. What is this? It is a 649cc 90-degree V-twin weighing about 430 pounds. I didn't write any of these specs down, but I'm pretty sure those are really close. Let's see, it's got 74 horsepower. So this is what I would consider a 3/4 size motorcycle, meaning that it is relatively small in seat height and width and wheelbase and displacement. And what that is for me, or a person like me, is an opportunity to ride something you can really manhandle. And that's cool because it's a good analog for bigger bikes. So if you're drawing comparisons between this and, say, my Triumph Street Triple, it's considerably smaller and considerably less fast. And what I like about that is it feels more immersive. Like I'm riding this bike more. I feel like I have to put more effort into it. I get more feedback because not necessarily good feedback. That might actually be false. Basically the componentry is worse. So this bike, for example, has some standard Tokiko calipers, some standard right side up fork tubes, and just a regular monoshock in the rear. None of it is adjustable, but it's kind of fun. It's like you don't feel as serious about riding, which is kind of nice. And it's not like, oh, I'm not paying attention, or I'm not gonna put as much effort into this. If you ride this the way that you would a big bike, it's just more immersive. That's cool. So my intention with this is most likely gonna be a track bike. So we're gonna fix the suspension, we're gonna fix the componentry and all that. That's why I bought this. That was the intention, at least. But it's really good on the road. A couple other pros as far as owning it is it will run, believe it or not, 87, but down here in Georgia we have 89 as our minimum. So you run that, it is the cheapest gas, obviously. It gets an indicated 62.9 miles per gallon right now. With the 74 horsepower and it being relatively light, it's not going to eat up tires, so it's a cost-effective little toy. But yeah, that's kind of it. I think we're just going to fart around here for the next 10 or so minutes, and I'll wax lyrical about other things that are cool about it. It does have ABS, only in the front, not in the rear. And my one specifically, because I got it used, has some Shogun frame sliders on it. It still has the from the factory Dunlop Road Smart 3s, which are not the biggest fan of. My only gripes with them is they don't warm up very quick, and I don't necessarily like how they feel in the wet. So right now it's not ideal conditions for the little Road Smarts, but it's still perfectly good. The bar end mirrors, I took one off because I don't really like bar end mirrors, because like when you're going through and trying to do like hand position and stuff with your body position, it can be a little bit restrictive. And then the thing that I like the very least about my bike in general is it came with these goofy Chinese aftermarket levers, and they're just like a C-. They're not awesome. When you engage with them enough, they're angular in a way that is uncomfortable for your fingers, which I understand that I sound like a princess right now, but like, why would you do it in the first place? Stock levers are actually pretty freaking good, and in some cases adjustable. Like the brake lever on this one is indeed adjustable. This is what I'm saying. When you have a smaller bike like this, it is markedly more rewarding to go through a set of little curves and just hit your apexes and do all the little fun stuff than it is with like a big bike. Because a big bike, you just point it and shoot and you're going. Let's see what this Subaru is talking about. Woo, little skid. Come on. Now, with all that being said about it being a more immersive experience, a smaller bike, and having less horsepower, it is still a motorcycle. And with something like this, you're going to have fun playing with cars. You're pretty much going to get smoked by a good 40% of other bikes, though, I would say. Look at that weird little thing in between, like, the rear spoiler. It's like a turn signal on it. I don't know. It's also pretty unassuming, this bike. And I think that's kind of a theme with the types of motorcycles that I buy. If I could, I would have all of the super sports. An unlimited amount of money, all the roads, unlimited track time. I would have super sports. But I don't. I don't have all the money. So I buy things like this that are cheap, and they're fun, and they're unassuming. They're not necessarily terribly fast because you can just ride them all the time at whatever kind of pace that you want to, and you don't get a lot of attention. And people, police, don't look at you in any kind of profiling kind of way. And that's nice. Ooh, green light. Oh no, yellow light. The worst. But we are going to make our way on home now. How long was that? It's about 10 minutes? About 10 minutes of me rambling on about this bike. But, as a quick side note, the reason I have not posted much of anything is because I had a bunch of issues with my cameras. So, track day last year, I caught a rock in one of them, and then not that this is directly correlated with it, but like I just had not been treating my GoPros right, so I had to buy a new one. And this one appears to be working so far, so lots of videos to come. Possibly a build series on this bike, because I have not molested it yet. But we'll see. I have a lot of cool stuff coming up for the DR650. Tomorrow, it's getting a big old windshield. I don't think I've done an update on that bike very recently, so that will be coming up here pretty shortly. Man, I need this light to turn green. It is quite warm. Do 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 do. I do love the sound of V-twins. And like, I think the 270 crank crossplane ones do a really good job of emulating that sound, but nothing beats like a 90-degree proper V-twin. Even with the stock exhaust, I think it sounds pretty good. And you get this cool little, it's like a, I call it like a honking noise, where it's like, wah! I will try to demonstrate if this light will ever turn green. There we go. Wah. Honk. I feel like it's just a whole lot of induction noise, and it just sounds like a honk to me. But it's great. We'll get a pipe on here eventually. Whoop. Like I was saying about the suspension, when you go And this isn't like an aggressive corner or anything, but there's bumps on it, and when you have extra load because you're going around a corner, it just, you feel it move more, and I think it's a little more communicative on like what the suspension and the bike is trying to do. I think when you get really, really good stuff, it almost masks what's happening. That's not saying that the feedback is wrong, but understanding like the forces that are happening in both the front and rear is a good tool. You should know what's happening and what the bike wants to do. And then when you start to go faster, you can respring it, like I've done with the Street Triple. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have to talk about today. If you're still watching, I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I will be looking forward to providing you guys more videos very soon. Now let's go hit these corners real quick. Alright, that's it. That was the fun. Bye, guys.